Okay, going. We have Edgar again. He is now actually properly in frame. And is the camera tilted? The bookshelf looks tilted in the corner. It looks like, is it me? Is it the phone is it the phone camera? Is it the bookshelf? I hope it's not the bookshelf. It's an editing feature. I meant to do that. Yeah. I'm good at this. Anyway, talking about books, because I just finished One Word Kill by Mark Lawrence, and I really enjoyed it. It wasn't my favorite of his works, but I really enjoyed this one. And, yes, Alice? Yeah. Sorry, Alice is making noises. She's on the bed sleeping. Well, she was sleeping. I think I disturbed her. I'm sorry. Also, I'm gonna put like a spoiler blanket warning over this entire video, just in case, because chances are I'm gonna let something slip that is spoiler related, and I don't want to ruin it for anyone. So, non-spoilers, really quickly, the book is really good, and if you're into anything, just like a good basic sci-fi story, if you're into anything set in the 1980s with like D&D, the characters play D&D, and it's adorable. There's good character development, there's really good just characterization in general. I love these characters. I love Nick, and I love Maya, and the plot is mostly easy to follow. There is a little bit of a tidbit here where it does get a little complicated for me, I think it was just me, but the plot is decently easy to follow, and you're able to really connect with these characters. So if you're in for like even a small read as well, it's only like 200 pages. Definitely pick this up if you're into sci-fi. The cat has joined us. You gonna sit? I also have a mug of hot chocolate. Okay, anyway, One Word Kill by Mark Lawrence. I've read all of his other works, and he is one of my all-time favorite authors as well. I'm into anything grimdark and fantasy-esque. I love dark fantasy. I write my own. Give me all of that gritty, not quite realism, but just partial realism, because sometimes it can kind of get like I don't know how to phrase this, but sometimes the descriptions can almost get Saw-esque, but in like book form. So it's partially unrealistic. At one point, one of his main characters, Jorgancraft, just like rips a heart out of a necromancer and eats it. I love that shit. It's great. I love Jorgancraft. He's such a good character. Not a good person, but he's a good character. He's in a different series entirely. I have them all here on the bookshelf. Can't see them. They're all over here. Over there. That gloriousness. Girl in the Stars is the latest one, and the sequel comes out in April, I believe. Girl in the Mountain. So that I'm really excited for. Yay. In regards to my review of One Word Kill, I really enjoyed it, but I will also preface this by saying, one, spoilers, like I mentioned beforehand, awkwardly. I'm not 100% into sci-fi myself. That's just like a personal preference I have, I guess, because I'm more into the fantasy and like dark fantasy and grimdark stuff. I like a really cool magic system to go along with my stories. I don't know, I prefer swords and daggers over guns and lasers. I don't know, just a personal preference, no big deal. So I wanted to pick this one up anyway because, like I said, Lawrence is one of my favorites. And when I started reading this, you definitely needed a mug of hot cocoa for the first couple of pages because it opens up with a 15-year-old realizing he has cancer. And it's a really heavy, I know I'm saying this like jokingly, but it's not jokingly. It's honestly a good scene, and I instantly fell in love with the character Nick in those first few moments because it is written beautifully and realistically and like terrifyingly for this kid to realize what he's about to go through and what he's suffering. On a lighter note, the rest of the plot is really fun. We get to meet this other character named Maya, who's this slightly outcast goth girl. I can kind of relate. And she has her own entire backstory, like, woven in through this as well, and I'm pretty sure she's more important later on in the series. Oh yeah, it's a series of 3 books. The next one is Limited Wish, and then Dispel Illusion. So I have all of them. I'm gonna read all of them. Even if I'm not into sci-fi, I'm gonna read them anyway. So yeah, Maya's a big part, and I really like her. There's another character called Demas, and like I said, we're getting into the spoilers, because Demas is... Demas? It's a Greek name, one for the, like, Mars's moons. And it took me a second to realize where his name comes from in the context of the story, but it's adorable, because Nick is such a cool character. He's adorable when it comes to his, like, D&D sessions with his friends as well. Demas, anyway, is the future version of Nick. The future version of himself comes back to the 80s to help Nick and all of his friends get Maya's memories recorded. We don't entirely know why, but we know that in the future Maya has an accident and I'm guessing she goes brain dead. Or at least to a point where it's like amnesia, she doesn't have her memories back. So Demas, Nick, in the future risks his life to go back to the past. They even reference Back to the Future a few times, it's kind of funny. To go back to the past to get Maya's memories for her. So that's a quick muddled version of like my version of the summary of this book. And I already mentioned how much I love all of these characters. I love all of these guys. There really wasn't one person who I didn't like, and there are a couple of antagonists as well. They're still well written. Lawrence knows how to write bad guys well. Read his other books for that kind of stuff. It's great. His prose are really unique as well, because he'll just be writing along, sticking to like the basic techniques of writing, but then every now and then there's this one sentence that really does like hit you like a gut punch. And it can be for like the smallest thing. Those moments are written so beautifully well. I'm good at English, I swear. In regards to the plot as well, like I said, it is decently easy to follow. They explain everything really well. And I'll admit, in regards to like the sci-fi tropes, I'm like I said, I'm fine with sci-fi, but I do tend to think that time travel is used a lot, especially a lot lately with the whole like multiverse thing. That's another thing. There's multiverse theory going on in this book too, which I'm fine with, but I've noticed a lot of it in not just sci-fi books, but also I've just noticed a lot of it in regards to mostly like movies, to be honest. It's in a lot of movies. The entire Marvel franchise is all about that now. And I've noticed it cropping up slightly more and more. Again, I'm fine with it. I've just noticed it used a lot. So the plot is good. The plot is honestly good. If you're into a good mystery as well, because like I said, there's tidbits planted in here that'll probably be answered later on, like with everything with Maya. There's a Coraline behind me. Coraline! There's a little black kitty down here, and there's a little Coraline down here. She likes to dig into the bookcases sometimes, and I do not approve. She knows that. I do not approve. So yeah, that's basically my awkward review of One Word Kill by Mark Lawrence. Characters are great. The prose are amazing as always. The plot is decently fine. I'm just tired of some of the elements in it, but that's just me. So if you're into something new, if you're into something more sci-fi-esque, if you're into something even just a small light read, like I said, it's only like 200 pages. Definitely pick this up. It's really good. So I'm excited to read the other ones in the series. Let me know if you've read these or if you read any other Mark Lawrence-y stuff, and I will talk to you guys later.